And welcome back to Sports Weekly on IEMG. I am your host, Pep Fernandez. It was a big week for the Aquinas boys basketball team and another big week ahead. In the previous week, they beat Linfield Christian, which is one of the top teams in the area, and they beat Arrowhead Christian on the road, which is not easy. And now they have another first place showdown in the Ambassador League as they will take on Ontario Christian this week at home. Let's go back to last week. Falcons on the road at ACA, halftime of the boys game, and the Eagles girls volleyball team unveiling their championship banner, CIF Southern Section Division 6 titles up there in Eagle Arena. Congrats to the Eagles. Let's get to the highlights in this one. And the Falcons, well, they had their hands full in the first half. Let's start with some ACA defense. A great start here. Ben Bird, the block inside for the Eagles. And then the Eagles go on offense. Gavin Skipper knocks down the jumper in the lane. Two more for ACA. Aquinas answers. Kashmir Foster finds Churchill Eichenader inside, and it's good for Eichenader. Next trip down the floor, the Falcons' Wes Hatcher from deep, and he's going to have a big-time tray. Hatcher led all scorers with 25 points in the game. The Eagles respond with a three of their own. It's Dylan Strickwerda striking from long range. Eagle Arena going nuts. Here comes Aquinas. Foster with a nice bounce pass inside to Bull Diu. High arching shot, and it's all good. Falcons up by 2 in the first quarter. The Eagles getting out in transition. Clayton Impiana with the basket. And the Eagles would crank up that offense. Skipper to Impiana inside. Here's two more. The short turnaround. ACA goes up by 2 at the end of the first quarter. To the second, check out the move by the Eagles. Essa Ozono, the nice crossover and drives to the hole for 2. ACA would take a 6-point lead on Aquinas on this Skipper pass. Drops it off to Jalen Foltz for the runner. 17-11. ACA on top of Aquinas. But the Falcons, they would finish up strong. Aquinas standout. Kashmir Foster again taking matters into his own hands in the second quarter. The basket here for Foster. The Eagles, though, would have an answer after that play. Strickwerda strikes again. Tough jumper for Strickwerda right there. Leads ACA back to a 6-point lead. The Falcons would get a couple more baskets late in the second frame to close the gap before halftime. Here's Foster driving in for the bucket. Then a nice pass here by the Falcons to find Nasir Brown inside for the basket. Aquinas trailing by 2 at halftime, but the Falcons would storm back in the second half to pull off the 59-46 win. So first place Aquinas now 14-7 overall. ACA still trying to get their first Ambassador League win of the season. And as we mentioned, it sets up a very big game with Ontario Christian this week for the Aquinas Falcons. All right, now let's transition to the girls' basketball game. In this one, a great coaching matchup between Ron Simmons at Aquinas and Mike DeYoung of the Eagles. Fast forward to the fourth quarter. The Eagles, Sienna Batalo to Aaliyah Rosette with the floater. ACA only trailing by 7 in this game. We've got ourselves a ball game at Eagle Arena. Then it's going to be nice passing from Aquinas. Ends up in the hands of Madeline Barker for the easy bucket. Aquinas up 48-39. The Falcons' lead grows to 17 on this basket. It was looking like a close game, but Aquinas would get hot in the final frame. Later, Eagles with the ball. The Falcons' Parina Liu comes up with the steal, and she will go the length of the floor for the lay-in. 59-40. Aquinas up big on that bucket. More from the Falcons. And Madeline Dakotia, she'll drive to the hole. The basket and the foul for Dakotia. Aquinas pulling away in the fourth quarter. In fact, it was a massive fourth quarter for the Falcons. They outscored the Eagles 24-5 en route to a 70-44 victory. Aquinas improves to 17-4 overall, 3-0 in the Ambassador League, and ACA, they come up short in this one, but still having a really good bounce-back season for the Eagles, so we'll see if they can continue going in the right direction. Now, that's going to set up a big game for Aquinas as they take on Ontario Christian coming up this week. Ontario Christian, widely regarded as one of the top teams in the area, regardless of their league or division. Ontario Christian, a very good girls basketball team. Coach Simmons says his Falcons will be ready for the challenge, followed by a push for the playoffs. Here's Coach Simmons.
The biggest thing is always, we have a tough league. For a small school, our league puts out a good product. And right now, OC's dominant, one of the best teams in the state, and they're in our league. And we've had battles for years, and it's a benchmark obviously to get to, and that's what we look at as a challenge. And if we can compete with them, and they're a 1A school and we're 4, it bodes well for us in the playoffs. We moved up a division from last year. We got to the semifinals with a group that wasn't expected to be anything. I thought we gelled at the right time. Right now, I still don't think we're playing our best basketball. Today we looked a little better, but we've definitely had a harder schedule, and we've definitely challenged ourselves with some better tournaments just to be ready for the level. And right now, I think we got a chance. I mean, we know we still got to get better, but I think we can compete at our level even though we moved up. The 2 sophomores came last year, put in a good work. We're still young. We got 5 seniors that have been with us for a long time, but we got a good mix between young and old. It's helped us develop, mentally on and off the court as much as we can.
And that was Coach Simmons from Aquinas. He knows it'll be an uphill battle against Ontario Christian, but his squad looks really good this year. So they figure to make another deep run in the playoffs. A great run last year, should be an even better run, hopefully, this year for the Aquinas Falcons. And finally, here in this segment at least, let's hit the wrestling mat at San Gorgonio. The Spartans going head-to-head with the Carter Lions in Sunkist League action. Carter, a very good squad, but San-G holding on. It came down to the finish. San-G defeating Carter by a final score of 39-36. A little bit of celebration there by the Spartans as they stay in the hunt for that Sunkist League championship. And another big match coming up for San-G as they will take on Rim of the World. So they are in great position right now to win the league title. But of course, Rim of the World is always tough. But San-G picking up that big win against Carter to at least put them in a position to hang another league championship banner. So congratulations to Coach and the guys. Again, 39-36, the final score for San-G in that victory over the Carter Lions. All right, when we come back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG, this was big news, and we are so excited to get an exclusive interview with Jeremiah Martin, the former Cajon High School football star, now at the University of Washington, declaring for the NFL Draft. We will hear from Jeremiah when we come back here on Sports Weekly on IEMG.